First shot.
Don't
Good shot.
It's some gold. You just gotta get up.
What's up, guys? This is, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
What's up, man?
What's good, my nigga? How you doing?
Damn, I just keep hitting nothing.
Yeah.
What does that sound like to you, dog?
That sounds like...
If you could place that sound to anything that you know of.
That shit sounds like childhood. It just sounds like...
Like you can make that with your mouth.
I just remember being a kid just fucking hitting that shit with my hand and my mom just being like, stop! Would you please stop? And I'm just like, nah.
I remember when those times when you used to flip your eyelids, right? And they would be like, yo.
My fam used to be mad.
Yeah, they'd be like, your face is gonna stay that way.
Yo, because I used to be real good at flipping my eyelids. Like, I can still do that
with
shit.
no hands needed, you can just do it. Like,
I can't do it with no hands, but I used to just do it real quick. Like, I would turn around and do it and then turn back and I'm like, oh my God, like, why are you doing that? Like,
Yo, as a kid, you had like these special powers. Like, were you double jointed at all?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I was
you were killing it with your one finger that can like break itself. Hella
double jointed. Like, I can roll my stomach. Like, I could just like do all types of crazy shit with my body, and my fam would just... I was like a sideshow. I remember being in like Christmas, my mom would be like, yo, do that thing, do that. You know that thing you do that. And I used to be like, mom, chill. Like, I'm just...
I could definitely see you being that one kid like, hey man, you want to see a trick?
Yeah, you trying to do this? hey, check this out.
You were a pull my finger type kid, bro.
Yeah, low key. I was doing some wild shit.
I don't know how people take that as like a profession. Like you see like people, like you go to Venice Beach or something.
I was just about to say that.
They're doing full on performing arts acts.
Yeah. Those fools on Venice Beach were just like
killing it. Yeah,
just fucking killing it. Like they've been practicing this shit since they was like 6 years old.
Yeah, they just really getting it.
But they paying their bills with that.
Yeah, so they get tits up the yin yang.
I can't even hate.
That shit is wild, bro.
Can't even fucking hate, man.
So I think it's only right that we let the people know about your many different names, bro.
Yeah.
So you got Vic.
Yeah.
You got Ruby Rod. I called it Ruby Road last time.
Yeah, like, I was like, hey, listen, come on, get it right. If you don't say
there's no
right.
E at the end of there. Like I know, like
it's just Ruby Rod. It's Ruby Rod.
And then you got the Comfy Guide.
Yeah.
Explain, please. Let the people know where it all came from.
Man, that's all me. It just depends on the day. It depends on who I am that day. You know what I'm saying?
Who are you today? How should we like put the name?
I mean, today I'm the comfy guy for sure.
You're chilling, right?
Yeah, for sure I'm the comfy guy. I've ingested a lot of alcohol before I came here. Had a lot of beers, so definitely the comfy guy today. But I think
where does the name the Comfy God come from?
Comfy God comes from a long time ago when I was on Tumblr, and I was just I had that little C class B- fame.
Mm-hmm.
I was like the Kathy Griffin of Tumblr. And I started this little semi-movement called the Comfy Life Movement, where I was trying to get people on that wave where it was just like, just be comfortable with yourself, you know?
Everything's just real copacetic.
Yeah.
Everything is just real nice and comfy.
Yeah, straight up. Theoretically, physically, just all across the board, just that sense of just being okay with where you at, you know what I'm saying?
Everything is an ideal situation.
Yeah, at all times, you know what I'm saying? Everything's comfy, but you're not complacent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like I'm comfortable, I'm good with where I'm at, I feel okay, everything's alright, but I'm not complacent. I'm not settling for where I'm at, but I'm comfortable with where I'm at. And I just wanted to kind of just kind of put those positive vibes out there, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where the Comfy God came from. Because I figured if I'm gonna start this wave, like I'm gonna be the master of it.
You're gonna be the god of it.
Yeah, I can't spread this shit and then be some fuck nigga who's not on that. You know, it just wouldn't be right.
You gotta live your truth.
Yeah, you gotta practice what you preach. So that's kind of where Comfy God came from. As far as Ruby Rod, that kind of came from, you know, just when I was making like that jungle type house, that weird, you know, alternative shit that I be making. I just felt that name fit because of Fifth Element, you know. Chris Tucker kind of killed that part. I felt like he was just so fly in that movie. Like he was killing it. Like he just had the crazy fits. He was wearing like roses around his neck and just had this leopard skin. Like
just super,
it's like
super flamboyant.
Yeah,
like,
just super flamboyant. Just like this full body suit. It's just like leopard, but at the same time, it was like he got all like, the girls. Like
you remember, like
every girl in that movie was like, oh my god.
I want to tell. Like, it almost reminds me of like Eddie Murphy. You know, Delirious, when he wore that purple suit.
Exactly. That's that purple suit.
Yeah, you can see his nuts just chilling.
He was just all out. Yeah. Same thing with it was kind of like Prince too.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that. Prince was like, it was like, yo, I'm wearing these high heels. I got a fucking blouse on.
Yeah, but I
will take your girl. I will take your girl from you.
Like, say something.
Yeah, man. Say something to me, please. I'll fade you and take your girl with a blouse on. And I just feel like that was such a tight aesthetic to me. I was like, yo, this is I gotta embody this in some sense of just being comfortable and just being okay with whatever it is, you know?
Yeah.
And that kind of where Ruby Rod came from. Of course, Fifth Element's one of my favorite movies too. Like that's just the movie's just hard as hell.
That's where I See Dead People came from.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to rock with that line? That's elementary school just
that line has traveled through so many generations. that line is carried on.
It'll never go away. Whatever happened to that kid, man?
Man, he paid off that movie still.
He's still getting. He probably copyright wrote that.
Yeah.
He should have at least.
He probably should have, man. M. Night Shyamalan's still making trash movies, but that movie will always go down in history as just being fire.
For real. So then that leads us to Vic.
Yeah, Vic is the main name. And Vic just came from Cyborg of Teen Titans, you know.
Word?
Yeah, Cyborg of Teen Titans. Was one of my favorite shows. He was my favorite character.
Yeah.
He's just a dope character, you know. He has a tight backstory.
Yeah. He was the one with the half arm. Like his arm was
half man, half machine.
Yeah.
And that was when I was thinking of my name, at first it was the full name. It was his full alias. It was Victor Stone. And I just thought it was tight. So I was like, yo, he's half man, half machine.
Oh, yeah.
I'm half man, half beat machine. So I was trying to be real creative, real hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where that came from. But I just think his backstory is crazy. Like just
what
the
was
way
his backstory
like he used to play football. He was like a straight A student. He was just like killing the game in that whole sense. And then he got into an accident and he was pretty much half dead. And his parents were like these scientists, and they pretty much brought him back to life.
His parents did?
Yeah, his parents pretty much brought him back to life. They put these machines in him and just used this technology to just bring him back. And then once he came back, he was mad at his parents because he was like, yo, like, all you care about is this science shit. Like, yo, like, I'm a human being. Like, I don't care about this shit. Like, I just want to play football and just be who I am. And all y'all care about is this, you know, technology and all this. And, you know, he kind of always had this sense of like who he didn't know who he was, you know. Because once you become like half machine, like you have this inner demon where it's like, yo, am I really human? Like, am I really even still alive?
Like some other human being put this on me, like, and I don't know.
Yeah, and that was always a tight sub story to me as far as the cartoon Teen Titans went. Because I was like, yo, like I feel like in some sense I can relate to him, you know, because it's just like, are you really human? Are you really here? What is your real purpose? Like, should you have died or should you still be alive? You know, it was just crazy whole thing. And then on top of that, his name was Victor Stone, and I was a huge fan of MF Doom, and he had an alias Victor Vaughn. It it was just so many things that I felt like that name really fit.
Even Doom got that from
exactly
a comic book, if you will.
From Dr. Doom.
Yeah, and you hear the storyline in it.
In Doomsday, like it just fits perfect. Like he kind of went rogue and he kind of came back and he got dissed by all these record labels and his brother died. And it was just, it's just crazy how like
he just came like he almost, and then he got the mat. You know, he just became this different person.
Yeah, it's crazy how you can relate so much to these fictional characters.
I'm telling you, like Marvel and all these casts, man, it's just like there's an underlying theme of this, of all that shit. Yeah. Even like you can even go back to as far as like Lion King. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just like this. They're always not trying to teach us. I don't even know if that's the intent, but like that's what it actually does. Like, you remember when? Like Lion King was just like this whole story on grief.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like having to go back and simply having to go back and face like where he left. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was crazy.
Like you can learn so much from these fictional characters, and that's one thing that, because I'm a big fan of like cartoons and pop culture in general, and it's just crazy that there's a lot of people that'll just brush that shit off like it ain't nothing, and it kind of makes me mad because you can gain so much and you can learn and get so much inspiration from that shit. Like it's crazy, man. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Who's your favorite superhero, if that's the right word, or comic book character?
I think
you in the comics. I've been to your place before, bro.
Yeah.
And you definitely. If you could have a conversation on some like Capcom versus Marvel type shit, you'd be bodying. So who's your?
I mean, I've been exposed to a lot of different stuff. Like I got an older cousin who, I gotta shout out to my older cousin. He put me onto a lot of crazy stuff because he was definitely into comic books and anime and all that stuff. But I think my favorite gotta be Batman.
Batman?
My favorite has to be Batman, man.
Why Batman?
Because I just think one of the things that I like most about Batman is the fact that out of everybody in the original incarnation of the Justice League, he's the only one who doesn't have powers. Yeah. Like he's up here chilling in the Watchtower and chilling in the Hall of Justice, and he's the only dude. You know, he's with Superman and Hawkgirl and Wonder Woman and all these fools, and he's the only one who doesn't have powers. Yeah. And on top of that, he's got a way to murk all of these dudes. Like at the end of the day,
he knows if shit goes down. Like
he's got a plan. Yeah. Like if it goes down, like if he has to take Superman out, he can. Yeah. And that's the thing that's always been fired to me about Batman, and I just feel like he has such a deeper meaning, and he can play those two roles between what's really real and what's the facade, you know, because I feel like the facade is Bruce Wayne. Yeah. The facade is Bruce Wayne. He can go out and just go to these galas and go to all these different events and just play this role. Yeah. But the real is Batman.
You think that's what he would say if you were gonna ask him, say he's a real person, you would be like, who are you? What you think he would be like? In real life, I'm Batman. Like, this is who I am.
Straight up. Because Batman, he's just a raw ass fool. He's Batman, he's just a raw ass fool. He's educated, and he's got these skills, and he's got these hand-to-hand combat, and he has these gadgets, and he has this intelligence, and he's just, I feel like at the end of the day, that's who he really is. But Bruce Wayne to me is just kind of the facade. It's just like every that day to day.
How you're supposed to
just how you're supposed to be. Yeah, it's just like I'm in this boardroom. I'm at these galas.
I'm gonna be normal. It seems like because me and my brother, like we always go back and forth on this stuff. And me personally, I think what should happen is Superman should clean Batman up, right? Yeah. But these comic book casts, they make it so like it's a head-to-head combat type of thing. Like they're on an even playing field and stuff. When it's not the case, when Batman should be, he should be murdered.
He should.
But he's so like intricate, and he's such like a.
If you put it in reality, Superman should fuck up everybody.
Everybody, like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just like,
no matter what, Superman should always win.
Yeah,
Hulk should always win. Thor should always win every single time.
But they all have like these little weaknesses that
they all have these weaknesses.
It's like, oh, I see you. Like,
and they always have these little small things that can be manipulated. Yeah. And Batman knows them, or Iron Man knows them, or they all know this. Yeah. Like it's always these super geniuses, and that's the crazy thing about comics. It's always the smartest fools who are the tightest fools. Like you look at somebody like Lex Luthor or like Iron Man.
You gotta throw the Joker in there, dog.
Yeah, Joker too.
The Joker, it's like always to me, he's the actual superhero in that whole joint.
It's always those smart fools or those crazy fools who really can take it over. It's not those dudes like Superman and Hulk. They got strength, they got power.
They just dummies.
Yeah, like, when you put the mind into it, it kills it all.
They don't have that intricate plot,
No, they don't. They can't think 25 steps ahead. Batman, he's 30 steps ahead of anybody. Yeah. You put him against anybody, he's like, 55 steps ahead. Yeah, he got it down low.
I just think like the Joker. Here's my thing. Like I love the Joker because he actually it's like he's the mirror to like all of mankind. Yeah. Like this is what he does. Like his character, what he does is it shows all of our flaws. Yeah. It's like. In a way, and it's so funny that they named him the Joker, but I love comedy for that reason too. Yeah, because I love how comedy, like it kind of like pokes fun at our nuances that we don't realize are actually in us and that we do as a society and stuff. And I feel like comedy, like it's like exposing that shit. And I think the Joker always did that. It's just like. Yeah. Oh, people are greedy and they're not gonna give this up to save their life. Yeah. And the Joker plays in on that.
Yeah. You ever watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Nah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing because everybody in that show, all the main characters in that show, are just like the worst human beings possible. Like, they're these conceited and just like disrespectful, like xenophobic, homophobic, just type characters, but they play into those roles of how humans actually are. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons that makes that show so funny and so good is because it's like, they play on that. You can look at that and you can see, this is how people are. Yeah. Like, this is where we are as a human race. It's like we're shitty.
By nature, we're just shitty. Selfish people. We only looking out for us.
Yeah, we're just super shitty, and then we're so blind to it, and we just go with it, and we're just like, I guess we're shitty. I guess that's where we're at.
Do you ever find yourself like identifying with that? Like, say in a show like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, is there like a character where you're like, that's definitely me, and I'm shitty this way too. Like I see myself in that person.
I don't think I necessarily identify with it, but I think I see other people in it, and it makes me kind of appreciate humanity. Yeah. Because I'm on the internet all the time, of course. I feel like most people are, but I'll go through
2017.
Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Yeah. I feel like I'll go through YouTube comments or Instagram comments or Twitter threads, and I'll see just all these people who are just so ignorant and so just phobic of everything. Mm-hmm. Like everything is just horrible to them, and I feel like I feel like making a joke of it makes it easier for me to do it.
It makes it digestible a little bit.
Yeah, because when I see it in real life, it makes me physically sick. When I see people being disrespectful to gay people or black people or Muslims or whatever the case is, it makes me feel like, wow, like I'm hurt. Like that hurts me. Like I'm physically sick by this because it's like, it shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't be at each other's necks, but seeing it in a comical sense makes it a little bit more digestible, and it makes it feel like not normal, but it makes it in a sense where it's like, okay, like I can go out and I can deal with this, and if I come in contact with somebody like this, I can you know, be thoughtful and attack on it and not just be hurt by it.
Just super curmudgeon about like, nah, man.
Yeah, not just be super confrontational, but I can have a sense of like defense or something like that. Yeah.
When's the first time you experienced racism?
Man, I think the first time.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I think my first memory of racism, it's oh man, it doesn't seem like a big deal now. Mm-hmm. Like now that I'm thinking about it, I laugh at it. It doesn't seem like a huge deal, but I guess in a sense that would be my first time. I can remember being at school, and it was like, I don't know, man, elementary, second, third grade, something like that, fourth grade. I don't know, I was young, but I got into some beef with some kid. I don't even remember what it was about. School was over. Like, I should have been at home, but for whatever reason, I was still at school. But I got into it with some kid about something, and he called me a brownie.
Oh,
he didn't call me a nigger, nothing weird.
But it cut just as deep.
He called me a brownie.
Yeah.
And then he kicked me in my balls, and then he ran away.
Oh, bro, did he see those hands or?
I was not. He kicked me right dead straight. Yeah. I'm on the floor. Like,
he was out.
There was nothing I can do. But one of the homies that I was with was like, "Yo, what?" And he like ran after him. We're kids, like, you know, so he like ran after. He was like, "Yo, get him!" Like, what? Like, why would he do that?
Yeah.
You know, but we're kids. But I think that's like one of the first times where I got, you know.
And that
where I saw some type of person
just
judge
like
me, just for no reason, you know,
based off of what they saw.
Yeah, and I laugh now because it's like if somebody came up to me today and was like, "Oh, you're a brownie," I'd be like, "Brownies are bomb." What the fuck? That don't faze me. Like, thanks for the compliment, my dude. But in second grade, I feel like that's something that, as a second grader, I feel like that impacts me more than as a 22, 23-year-old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But back then I felt like that really
burned a stain in your memory. Like it was.
I remember it now, so obviously it did. And I think other than that, I feel like the other thing that really hit me as far as race relations and racism goes is whenever February came around. You know, like whenever you start talking about Black history and Martin Luther King, every single kid in the class turns around and looks at you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're talking about Martin Luther King?
Yeah.
And they all stare at you.
They expect you to know every word from I Had a Dream speech.
It's like, fool, this is my first day in class. I'm just learning about this. Like, I'm not the aficionado of fucking Black history yet. I'm like 12 years old. Like, I'm doing the same shit you are. Like, it's just, I feel like those are the two times where in my childhood that I really saw any type of racism or race relations really happen.
How you think that affects how you are now? Like, just having those, they sound like traumatic experiences. Because obviously, remember,
man, I wouldn't call them traumatic. But like, traumatic is that's an intense word.
But
like,
at that time in your life, it's a reason why you remember it that vividly. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, obviously you've done a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Now as a person where you can look back on it, it's like, oh, that's not shit. I mean, that's not gonna hurt my feelings now. But at that time, I feel like you kind of knew exactly where that was sourced from.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, oh, I have to remember. Your mind is like going, oh, I have to remember this.
Yeah.
Like this is not like short-term memory work. This is like in the long term. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because you remember all that, like, do you think it's affected how you carry yourself today at all? Or a collection of,
I think,
those kind of experiences?
I think a collection of those experiences. I don't think it's one specific experience. I think that it's built time after time because it's not, getting called a brownie in second grade didn't impact me to now.
Yeah.
But getting called a brownie in second grade, and then this happened in third grade, and then this happened in high school, and then this happened in college, and so on and so forth. I think all those things built together.
And not necessarily being called a brownie, but you see the acts that were behind that.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, this person called me out of my name. It's just, oh, I see what this person is doing, or I see how this person is acting, or I see how these people are, and I'm aware of it now. And
you're able to correlate. You're able to pinpoint. Oh, that's what that thing is. Right.
It just comes full circle because. From getting rolled on by cops and just getting discriminated against in this sense and that.
And you're like, your mind is going like, oh, this is that racism shit
again. Yeah, because
it goes back to it.
Yeah, because that's how our minds are. Our minds are made to create patterns.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
No matter what, our minds are made to just create patterns, whether it's something healthy, unhealthy, racism, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
It is made to just pinpoint and create patterns on certain things. So
they're like, I think they call them heuristics.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
But they're like patterns, like good patterns that kind of like help you navigate through that you learn from. Like
our mind tries to put everything in a box, and we know, me and you both know that life isn't able to be put into a box.
Nah.
But that's how our mind works. It's like, I'm gonna try to find a way to fit this into
it helps us make sense
thing.
of it all. I think that's what we've always been trying to do as human beings. Is like, I got all this information. It's almost like how I think the new age of that is a new version of that is like the internet. With all this information on the internet, like how do we like gather this all and make it into like something? You know?
Yeah, definitely. What do I do with all this?
Yeah, like I have.
How do I
pull out my fingertips? Like,
how do I digest this? How do I put this into something else?
Yeah, shit is crazy, man. So you think, does any of that come out in your music?
Ah, man. I think. I don't know. My music is kind of just everything. Man, everything from race relations to depression to anxiety to happiness to sadness to drinking beer to being sober to my mom to myself to my dad. I think it's just everything, man. Like
everything that's within you, or everything that you're taking in, or both. Yeah,
both, man. Yeah, both. Like it's everything that's in me. And then it's everything that I've experienced, you know? It's just everything that comes out of me, you know? Like, I can't explain it because there'll be days where, I don't know, whatever I ingest, I, put out.
Yeah.
You know, I might watch a movie. Like actually a couple days ago, I just saw Belly for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, for the first time.
How'd you feel?
Fire.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That opening scene? Like,
oh my God. That movie is heat.
Like, it's still like...
It resonates.
Yeah, it's still like very well known about, but it's still slept on at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, you don't understand, like, that opening scene is everything.
Yeah, seeing that for the first time, it was like, I was up late. It was like maybe 1 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just throw this on. I haven't seen it yet. I know it's critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
It's a cult classic.
It's a cult classic.
Let me just see what's good with it. And I watched it, and every single scene inspired me.
Yeah.
Every single word. It's like I was hooked on every single thing that they said and did. I was like, yo, I was just soaking everything in.
Yeah.
And then the next morning I woke up, I had so much inspiration and I had so much just let out. Matter of fact, I think I texted you that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you was like, yo, come through the crib.
Yeah, I was like, I think I
got a lot of inspiration.
I got a lot of shit that I just gotta
capitalize on. I was wondering where that came from. Like, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, because I've been in this weird state lately where I've been trying to figure everything out, you know.
Yeah.
I hit like a plateau in my life. I've just been trying to figure everything out and just trying to get this. I've been trying to get to that next step and get to where I feel like I'm supposed to be. And lately I've had this crazy just inspiration, just ready to just do some crazy shit.
You got the bug. Like, I really feel like that's where Blur came from. Like, when you described it to me before.
Yeah.
Like that whole project. It came like at a time for you where you weren't making the shit that you like.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Is that right? Like, walk us through that whole process of putting Blur together.
I was going through a very transitional period, you know. I feel like I went through a few months of where I was making fire shit.
Yeah.
And then I went through another few months of where I couldn't make anything. Everything to me was just trash, and I had so many samples I was sitting on because I would flip it like multiple times over and over. Like I'd flip it and I'd be like, nah, delete it.
Yeah.
Then I'd come back the next day, flip it, and I'd be like, nah, delete it.
Yeah.
And I would just keep trying to flip all these same samples, and I was finding records and I was finding things that I wanted to flip, but I couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
And then I finally hit another couple months where I could do stuff with it. And it was
creation came pay you to visit.
Yeah. It was just like 3 months create, 3 months can't do shit, 3 months create. And that's why I named it Blur, is because of those 3 months where I couldn't do shit. I was going through like this blur period where I was just like zoned out, nothing felt right. I was like in a funk, nothing was feeling good to me. But it all came full circle, and it all came together, and I feel like Blur to me is honestly one of my favorite projects, man.
Yeah.
And
the
reception I've got from it and the stuff people have been telling me is like really hit me to the core, because I feel so strongly about that music, you know. I just feel like
it's you at your essence.
It's me, you know, and the fact that I'm dubbing all these tapes myself and shipping them out myself.
And it's like
I made the cover myself.
Exactly.
Everything just it's me.
It's you.
Nobody else had anything to do with this, you know. Like you gave me the tape deck, you know. Glenn helped me with the printing the stuff out, but at the end of the day, like it was all on me.
No, I won't even like, you don't even gotta admit that I gave you the tape. Like, that's still like, what does that do? You would have much. Like, you would have found one regardless.
It was all on
that's
me.
It's all you.
And like I just felt like I put a lot into that, and I'm happy that like somebody emailed me a few days ago and they're like, yo, I just want to thank you for this tape. Because I live in a town where not much is going on, but and sometimes I feel lonely, but when I listen to this music, it makes me feel like I'm not so alone. Yeah. And I was sitting in my room reading that, and I was tripping, man. I was like, yo, like the work I put into it is actually getting appreciated by people. You know? It's just
it's super. It validates why.
Why you do
doing it?
Why you do it? It's just.
Like it's not in vain, like it.
Yeah, because I would be doing this no matter what, you know, no matter if I was getting props for it or money for it or whatever the case would be, I would still be doing this. But the fact that I'm able to do it and I'm able to, you know,
and people are hearing it and responding to it,
and they're able to appreciate it and give me feedback on it, and I'm able to, you know, buy lunch from it or whatever the case may be. Like it just hits home, you know what I'm saying? It hits hard, man, because I put a lot of work into that stuff, and it's great that people can appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because, like you said, your whole essence is in that. Is in your music. Yeah. So that means both the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So even in your, like when I listen to your. See, even you rapping, where I'm like, there's from what when I listen to music, like I like listening to the core of it, and so you can definitely hear that in your music. You know what I'm saying? Like I know this is what his soul is emitting at this point. So when I listen to, like, even when you rapping, like I'm hearing like a lot of questions. Yeah. Like I'm hearing a lot of battling, you know, a lot of battles going on between the ears and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. So it's almost like the music is like a release for you, or it's like putting it in this pocket where it can be expressed, you know, in a way that it all can be heard. And so how do you imagine that's being received by everybody? Like, is the intent for people to be like, is it like, here, listen to me, or here, I've went through this, so I've overcame it, you can too.
It's It's a double-edged sword, man, because I rap for two reasons.
Yeah.
I rap because there's some things that I can't put into beats.
Yeah.
And there's some things that I can't really verbalize unless I'm rapping it. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I do it because I feel like people will relate to it.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to say it and I want to speak those things. I want to put those things out because I've been taught that if you put it out in the universe, or if you say it out loud, or if you write it down, you know, you can help work through it better.
Yeah.
If you keep everything inside, it's going to be difficult to work through it and get over it. But if you let it out and if you speak it, it's going to be way better to just, you know, get through it. And that's
I think there's this practice in psychology. It's like, you gotta say your plans out just to make sure they're not crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
say it right.
Saying it out loud so you can actually hear it yourself is one of those things you gotta do to it. It's like a sanity check.
It's like, yo, am I tripping? Or is this what's up? And it's like, I feel like I put that in my raps, and you know, that's what it is, man. Like what you said is exactly what it is. Like I'm a very conflicted person.
Yeah.
I have a lot of existential questions, and I have a lot of anxiety, and I'm trying to work through a lot of different things about how I work and how society works, and it comes out in my raps. And to be honest, like, my raps are depressing. like when I rap, it's a lot of depressing shit. Like when you meet me in real life, I'm not a depressed person. Like I'm not a hurt person like that. I'm very, you know, rambunctious. I'm talking a lot of shit. I crack a lot of jokes. I'm just like, yo, fuck it. I don't care about shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am in my day-to-day life. But I feel like deep down inside, I have
those aren't jokes. It's like,
it's not bullshit. Like I'm going through this. Like
when you say I'm gonna come home and just like fucking drink beers all day.
I do that.
Exactly. But it's not like from a joking place. I mean, at the core, it's like it's coming from like
at the core. It's from an honest place.
Exactly. This is a fucked up day. This is how I'm gonna forget about it.
Yeah, you know I'm being completely real. Like all my when I rap, I don't lie about shit. Like none of my raps. I don't think anything I've written down or rapped or released has been a lie. Everything I've rapped about has been something I've either been through or thought about. I drink a lot.
Yeah.
I pop Xanax. I've gone through some shit. I got a girl who lives across the nation. She lives in New York. I live in Cali. There's a lot to deal with. I'm working a fuck ass retail job that I fucking hate. Like everything I rap about is shit that I'm going through on a day-to-day basis, and it's just shit that I'm going through. And when you see me in real life, I'm joking, I'm having a good time. I'm not a depressed person, but deep down, I'm still dealing with shit.
Yeah.
And I think that people can see that, and people appreciate the raps because they're like, oh, okay, like, he's talking shit, or he's on Instagram Live, or he's kicking it with the homies and they're turning up. But at the end of the day, he's still a real dude. And he's got some shit that he's working through.
Just like I am.
Yeah, we all going through the same shit. We all hurt. Yeah. We all trying to figure out what's going on. We all trying to work everything out. Yeah. And that's really where my raps come from. Yeah. A lot of times, like, I want to, when I rap, sometimes I want to just rap about some lighthearted shit.
Yeah.
I want to crack some jokes. Yeah. I want to just be on some just braggadocious shit. Yeah, but it's hard for me because I want to talk about that pain that I'm feeling.
Yeah, you want to give, like, it's like you said, like before you actually went through all the stuff you rap about. And it's hard to be like, I'm gonna tell you guys this thing that I'm not actually really feeling just for your consumption.
Yeah, and it's
hard to come to grips with something and do something like that.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It's absurd.
But I mean, people, it's weird because I dropped that little mix of all my raps, and people have talked to me about my raps, and people like it a lot when I rap.
Yeah.
And that made me want to rap more because I stopped rapping because I didn't think people cared. Yeah. And I stopped rapping because I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I stopped rapping because I was like, I don't have shit to say.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, I don't, nothing I have to say anybody cares about. Like, why am I going to sit here and rap when nobody, or I didn't care, these people don't care, like it's not going to translate. Yeah. But then when I started rapping at shows more and people started feeling it, and I was like, oh my God, like, people can relate to this? People care? Like, You know, it's a weird feeling. It's like, yo, like I didn't realize that the things that I had to say.
But at the same time, you needed.
Yeah,
you needed to hear that.
Yeah, man, I needed that. Yeah, because I love rapping so much more, and I want to write more, and I want to work more. Because it's just like, yo, like I feel like I got a second wind. Because the reason I got into hip hop was the writing aspect. Yeah, I was writing before I was making beats.
Yeah, same
straight
here.
Up. I was writing before I was making beats. But I stopped writing because I felt like I didn't have shit to say. Yeah. I was like, I don't got nothing to say, man. I'm just going to sit behind the boards. I'm going to make this fire tracks and I'm just going to call it a day. Yeah. But just in this past like 6 or 7 months, I've gotten this reception that, shit.
People are really...
I do have something to say. Like I have a voice and I should...
And it's being heard.
Like, I should use that voice.
It's landing on the right ears and it's influential. Like,
I should use it. I got a voice, I should use it. I shouldn't sleep on that.
Exactly. It's almost like, I mean, because I started rapping too. Yeah. But it was like the complete opposite for me. It was like I stopped rapping because I had too much to say. Oh, okay. It was like the complete opposite, where it's like, I don't think I can fit in these 16 bars, yo. Like, you know, it was just like I have way too much to say. So for me, I think I kind of revert to, like in my music, I use a lot of clips from films and stuff. And
you use that?
Yeah, I use that
as a way to get what you gotta get off.
Yeah. Like there was always something like kind of, it's a little bit trickier to me to like find that voice from someone else and make it yours, and it's always been like a challenge.
But then when you find it though,
it's like it's gold. Yeah. It's like it's finding empathy in like audio form.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, cool. And now when people hear this, they're gonna understand.
Yeah.
I feel that though, because when I first started rapping, I was on that real hip hop shit. Yeah. Like I was going to poetry class and doing like slam poetry. Like, that's where I was when I first started.
Now that picture of your house makes so much more sense. that's you look like an onk ass dude, bro. You had the dreads.
No, that was me. Yo, I was an onk ass, fucking real hip hop ass, fucking fuck the government ass. Like all my poetry and all my bars were just about like how the government was killing us and just like about all that just shit. And I just got to the point where I was like, yo, like
you were Huey from
that was me. That was, and fools in high school used to be like, yeah, that's you, and I used to be like, yeah, that is me. Like that's where I was. I was like, yo, fuck everything. Like the government's killing us. This is that, and I had so much facts. And I was ingesting so many conspiracies, and I was doing all this shit, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped rapping, because I was just like, yo, like
I'm just too much for you.
I'm too much for myself. Like I'm just talking about like how the government trying to kill us. Like I see where Immortal Technique's at. I'm not trying to be like Immortal Technique. Like I'm trying to just chill. Let me just make these beats and just have a good time and just turn up and not worry about this, that, and the other, because that shit was I was starting to depress myself.
Yeah, you're trying to enjoy the bliss of ignorance.
Yeah, and I got to a point where I was really depressing myself from watching so many documentaries and reading so many books. I was like, yo, if I learn about too many more things, I might kill myself. Like I might literally just say, fuck it. Yeah. Like the government's killing us. This is killing us. There's fluoride in our water. This is happening. Yeah. They're bombing us over here. And I was like, yo,
that's a lot.
If I ingest any more of this, and this is me in like freshman year. Yeah. I was like, if I take any more in, I don't know if I'll be able to continue.
Right.
So let me just stop it all. And I stopped. That's why I stopped watching documentaries. Like I was like, yo, like if I watch any more Zeitgeist, if I
what's next?
Yeah. If I'm on InfoWars and all this shit, like, oh my god, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it to 27. Like,
and we laugh about that shit. That shit was the real. Like I was the same way in high school. It was like, and plus I went to like a private high school, so I was just like being like bombarded with this like the daunting shit.
Yeah, and it gets depressing, man. It just makes you look at life in such a fucked up perspective. And you just look at it like, damn, like, does anything even matter?
Yeah,
like, does any of this shit matter?
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna die anyway.
I just got 81 years here.
Yeah, like
it goes back to those existential questions that you had. It's just like,
and that's me and because of that, that's why I'm like that. Because of those documentaries, because of those books, those articles that I read, I'm still existential to this day, and I'm just like, okay, how can I find this balance? How can I figure out what really does matter and what doesn't?
Yeah.
Because you think about us, man, like we live in this huge universe, and it's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We either matter a lot or we don't matter at all.
It's like
like the universe is so big. You think
so
about all
big.
these planets and galaxies and all this shit. It's like, yo, either we matter a whole lot or none of this shit matters at all.
It's like,
and that's where that existentialism comes in. It's like finding that balance of like, okay, let me just figure my shit out. Just make this shit work. And just not worry about that other shit and just make myself happy and do something to make an impact on the people around me in a positive way.
In a positive way. You know who Terrence McKenna is?
I do not.
He was just like this dude that was really into like experimenting with psychedelics and how it could be a positive thing for like the community and like, you know, just for the, you know, the social environment and stuff. And his whole, I mean, he had plenty of points. One of the ones that always kind of put it into perspective for me was like he always was talking about how we're just a bunch of gorillas on a floating rock. you know, it's just honestly, we're just rotating around the sun. We're so like understanding just like why we're here is such a vast question.
Yeah, it is.
And
it is, man.
I don't even know how to begin to understand, but the thing is, what kind of helps me mellow it out is that I can hope. I can choose to believe in something. Yeah. You know. So I guess with all that, what matters to you today then?
Art.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I don't know how we got on such a deep conversation. I don't know how we went from fucking Batman to fucking this other shit. Like, I try my best. It's crazy. Like I always try my best to keep shit light.
Keep it light. At your core, I mean, it always comes out.
It always comes to some other shit. But I think that the thing that keeps me grounded and the thing that makes me, you know, understand how life is art, man. Like I have such an appreciation for art. Whether you're a rapper or you make beats or you draw or you paint or you photography, graphic design, a cook, no matter what it is, no matter what you do, I feel like art is what grounds us as a human race and what grounds me, because that's the only thing I really understand. Like when I look at a painting, it might just be 3 splashes or some weird shit on a canvas, but I feel like I can understand that more than politics. You know what I'm saying? When I look at a painting, I feel like, okay, I get this. Like this is pure expression. Somebody felt a way, they made this happen. This is what it is, and I feel like that's. And
you're able to relate it back to how you feel. Too.
And it grounds it. I feel like that's what makes everything kind of okay. Like that's why I put so much of myself into my art, and I appreciate other people's art. Is because like, yo, this is what really matters. It's not these politics. It's not these banks. It's not this money. It's not all this other bullshit. It's not all this shit. It's just us being ourselves and expressing ourselves and just being okay with ourselves and just running with that. And people take that shit for advantage, man. Like it's just like, yo, like it's more shit than what you're putting your weight into.
This is the shit that keeps us human beings. Like you know, I have a full-time job. I mean, I work 8 to 5, so to speak. But
you're a dad.
I'm a father.
You're somebody's dad.
I'm a father
like, what the fuck? You dress like a dad. Yeah. She work at 8 to 5. It's like, dad. Like, dude, but you need to go to Knott's Berry Farm. You need to take a break.
Airbrush shirts for my kids.
Yeah, you need to take a break, man. Like, you're a father figure right now. I'm intimidated. Like, what the fuck?
Now, Vic.
My bad. I'm sorry.
But like, it's the same thing for me. Is like the arts. That's what make me feel alive, man.
Yeah, man.
Like it pumps that blood back into me.
Yeah, straight
where I can
up.
get like a breath of oxygen again. You know?
None of that other shit matters, man.
None of
I
it
work
matters.
fucking retail, and they want to tell me like, oh, we have to make $10,000 today, and we're a $5 million store, and this is the product of the week, and it's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Where's that shit gonna go when you die?
Yeah, like,
it's
what
just
the
gonna
fuck?
move to someone else.
I'm out here making money for some other vice president in some company. None of this shit matters. Like,
so
tell me something. Tell me something that means something. Like, y'all are out here working retail for your whole life. You're 45. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah.
You have your whole life to do some shit, and you're selling shoes.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Do it for you. Do something for yourself.
Like, what,
you know,
it's trash to me, and that's where my head's been at lately. I've just been on some shit. Like, you know what? If I ain't pushing some shit that I care about, I'm not gonna push it.
Alright. So then, what do you think the world? What do you think the world doesn't know about you, but should?
Man, nah, shit. They don't need to know nothing, man. Like, I don't know. I don't even know myself well enough.
I was just thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, man. I'm still, like, I get, like, it's crazy because I get to a point where I feel like, oh, I know myself.
Yeah.
And then I wake up the next day like, oh,
exactly.
Wait a second. I don't.
Exactly. Like, to say you know yourself, right?
Yeah,
it's like to subliminally say, like, I've experienced everything in my lifetime.
Yeah, and it's weird.
And I know how I'm gonna react to every one of those events.
Like,
but you can't do that. Like,
I can't.
You're constantly placed in certain situations where you're just like, oh, I did not know I was gonna react like that.
Yeah, I can't. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard for me to say, like, oh, this is what you don't know about me. Like, there's a lot people don't know about me. I could list so many things, but as a broad question, it's like, man, there's things I don't even know about myself. Like, like I was saying earlier, like, it's about being comfy, not complacent.
Yeah.
I'll get comfortable and I'll say, I know myself. But then I'll be like, wait a second. No, I don't, because I'm not a complacent person.
Yeah.
I'll keep striving for more, and it's like, man, I don't really know shit, man.
Yeah.
The more that you know, the more that you know that you don't know shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to everybody. Like, it's just not. I don't know. But if I had to put it into a phrase. What the fuck? I don't got no phrases. Never mind. What the fuck? I ain't got shit to say. Like, what the fuck? I'm trying to think of something deep to say, but I ain't got shit to say. Like, I'm out here trying to think of something fine to say. I have
trying to get quoted.
Yeah, like I have
200 years.
Yeah, yo, I have no fire quotes. I was thinking about this shit yesterday. Like, I was on Twitter. I think I tweeted this. I was like, yo, if you're looking for quotables, don't follow me. I don't have shit to say.
Yeah.
You want to get some quotables? Follow Max. Max has quotes. Max is the one that got some quotable shit to say. I don't have shit relevant to say. Like, I'm still trying to figure shit out.
Like, you know how you go up on Twitter, you like, yo, there's some heat right here.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm about to kill it.
No favorites.
It's not heat.
No retweets.
No retweets. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm just like, damn, alright, never mind.
Maybe y'all know I'm a unique ass person because that's the only one I say.
None of this shit matters. Like, I'm over here trying to think of some fire shit, and none of it matters, man. And there goes that existentialism. It ain't shit. Like, yo, I think about that shit all the time. Like, I think about shit that I'm not, and I'm just like, damn, I wonder what that dog feels like.
Yeah.
Like, my homie, like, shout out to young Chris. He has a dog. He has a puppy.
Yeah.
He brought a husky over to the crib. And I was trying to think, yo, what does this husky think about my house?
Yeah.
Because I know what I think about. Yeah. I know what I think about my house. I know what my house is like. But what does this dog
from
think
that perspective
about my crib? What does he think about what he's doing? Like, how does he feel?
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, like, when you put shit in perspective like that, it's crazy as fuck. It's like, yo, like,
How is it any different from what I've experienced?
Life is different from all different perspectives. Like, you can get reincarnated as a tree, and somebody can come through and cut your ass down, and you get reincarnated 2 seconds later. Imagine that shit. Imagine dying, get reincarnated, and then you immediately die again.
You're like, oh man.
It's like, damn, again? Like, what the fuck? I just came back. Like,
I just hit the reset on
you get reincarnated as an ant and somebody murks your whole tribe. It's like, god damn it. Like, what the fuck? I just came back and I gotta come back again? Like, what the I'm over this. Like,
it's like what Pac said is like, my only fear in this bitch is coming back reincarnated. You remember when he said that shit?
Nah, I don't. I wish I did though. Hey, my worst fear, and at the same time, not my worst fear, is getting reincarnated as a black person. Because like, I want to come back as a black person because black people are the most fire people of all time. But at the same time, it's like, damn, I don't want to go to this struggle again. Like, I want to come back just as a white person. I kind of want to chill. I kind of want to chill my next lifetime. Like, let me just relax.
Let me just see how this
let me just relax for a little bit and then come back. But shit, we'll see what happens, man.
So, damn, we can go on for hours. Yeah, one last question.
All right, you got shit hit me. I'm sorry.
So then, with all that, then, what's your perfect way to die?
Oh shit!
Like with you,
I want to die in some pussy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I think we talked about that in the text one time. We were talking.
I was like, yo, we did.
Me, you, and Max were like, yo, man, you ain't never risked your life on some vagina, yo. Like,
yo, we did talk about that.
Like, we never experienced.
Yeah, we did talk about that. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Nah, I mean, my perfect way to die, man. I don't know, man. I'm on 2 different fields, and this is. I'm a conflicted person. I realize, like, I'm indecisive as fuck.
No, I know from the music.
Yeah, bro. I'm so fucking indecisive. God damn it. I'm on 2 different fields though. I either want to die on some cliche shit in my sleep, like I just want to kind of just go out low key,
peacefully,
just like, oh fuck it, I'm dead.
Just wake up into the next one
and just be dead. Like, I just want to die, like, done. Or I want to just go out on some crazy shit, like Jimi Hendrix 27 Club, like on some wild shit, like he
risking it all, taking all the shots.
He OD'd. He was in Vegas. He was butt naked, and he had.
In the bathroom.
Yeah, man. He killed like 24 beers and he did some coke and now he's dead. Yeah. Like, that's the 2 ways I want to go. I either want to go out in a blaze of glory or just kind of peacefully, just kind of ride out, just like, fuck it, I'm dead. You'll never see me again. I'm in the dust. And then I want to get cremated.
And just have everybody inhale all your whole body.
I just want to be ashes.
Just all up in the nostrils.
Yeah, I just want to be straight ashes and just spread my body over like some weird shit. Just take me to like fucking, I don't know.
From dust to dust.
Take me to Universal Studios and just dump me on the Jurassic Park ride. Like, on some weird shit. Just like, hey, he loved Jurassic Park ride. We're just going to dump him out right here. We're going to take him marinate. He's going to be in the water for the rest of his life. Because you know that Universal Studios water is recycled. So I'm just forever just be on that Jurassic Park ride over and over.
Cycle of life in a different
that's going to be my cycle for the rest of my life. Just going through Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios. Like, that's where I want to be at.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. That's how we going out.